Today you are very lucky because I'm going to reveal you how to play like Magnus Carlsen. And without further ado, let's dive in. His opponent had the white pieces and he played the move e4 and Magnus replied with d5, Scandinavian defense. Take, and now he can take this pawn instantly, but he played knight to f6. He would like to capture this pawn later with a knight. For example, if white develop the pieces here, we can capture the pawn, takes, and now our queen is very stable in the center of the board and really powerful. So this is not something good for white. White played this move d4, very nice move, and now we can capture this pawn again actually, but we have this Portuguese gambit with bishop to g4, a very aggressive move because black gave up a pawn. He can capture that pawn back later, and now he's attacking the queen, so he would like to take the development advantage. For example, here if white just develop the bishop, we have a really nice school. We can take, and now queen takes on d5. We are threatening to take on d4, so he cannot just develop the knight here to attack our queen. He has to defend the pawn, and now we can play e6. What is the idea? We just develop this problematic piece. In many openings this bishop cannot develop easily, so we just develop that bishop, and now if he just develop his knight, we can pin that knight with the bishop, and after that we can continue our development. So white here may castling. This is a sub variation to explain you the details, and now we have the real trick. Please pay attention here. We can play knight c6, and for example after c4 we can just capture this. And if he just capture our queen, or if he just capture our queen, we have this check, and after that we can capture this pawn on d5, or he can take the knight. Actually we can recapture with the queen, and black is ahead in development, we can say, or he has at least one pawn up with a very nice development, and white cannot create an attack, or white don't have compensation for this sacrificed pawn. This is not good continuation for white, and for that reason he should try something else like f3. He's trying to attack, right? And after bishop to f5, now he can play something like c4. Let's examine this position because white has a fantastic pawn center and he is a pawn up, but white have very nice development, and if your opponent just capture one pawn, then you can give him to capture more and more. Give him more in order to develop your pieces rapidly. And here we should break up his center with this move e6 and continue with very fast development. Here of course he can take on e6, and after that we can develop the knight. Now we are threatening another pawn, and he can capture here for example, and we can take with the king, but as a compensation for two sacrificed pawns we have fantastic development. Queen can go on e7 as you can see, and the bishop on b4. These are some ideas, and still here we are threatening this pawn on d4, so he can play something like that and bishop to b4. Usually here he has to do something and he can develop the king on f2 actually, right? Another variation is to play knight to c3, but it's just transposition to the game. We can play rook e8, king here, and this is transposition actually, because during the game he just played that. We have rook e8 and now knight to c3. Now we have this very typical position, and I'd like you to thought about that. It's black's turn. What are you going to do here with the black pieces? And black has to do something, because if he just delay, then white can develop his pieces. And now we have a fantastic move, because black has fantastic development and he would like to eliminate one key defender like the bishop, so we can take there. We're eliminating a key defender, lure the king outside, and now we have a very strong attack. Now the next move is extremely difficult. Magnus didn't found this one, and the most beautiful move here and powerful move is bishop to c2, because we would like to capture here the pawn, and the queen is protecting that pawn. For that reason we can sacrifice the bishop to distract the queen. For example, if he just captured there, we can take with check, he can go there, and after this check it's extremely bad position for white. He can delay a little bit the attack with this nice knight. He can put it on e4, we can capture, and here, and now he has to sacrifice the queen. Actually, it is a checkmate in 12 moves, and he can sacrifice the queen in order to delay the checkmate, but white is losing here for sure. So let's go back. This is one variation to capture the bishop instantly, and you might thought, why not to play on d2? And now we have another amazing move, really amazing move, and this move is knight g4. Very strong move because we're attacking the king. He has to do something right now, and after this we have this skewering attack. We are attacking the king and we say, okay, go away in order to capture your queen. So the king cannot go on d3, and if he goes here on e2, insisting to protect the queen, then the other rook can come into the game with devastating effects. We are attacking the king, he has to go away, and we can take the queen. So this was the killing blow with the bishop. Amazing move actually, bishop c2. Magnus didn't found this one, but he calculated something else really strong. Knight takes on d4. Very strong move. During the game, white played king f2, but let's examine what will happen here. Queen takes on d2. Obviously, both players calculate it and they assess it clearly better for black. For that reason, they didn't enter to this variation. We have this check, the king cannot block the check, and after, for example, king on f2, what are you going to play with the black pieces? It's your turn. We have this powerful pin, the queen is pinned and we are going to win. A similar pin can happen here. We have this powerful move rook d8 and we are going to win this queen, but the most challenging variation is after that, king f4. So we have to find a very strong move here, and the very strong move is a knight h5 check, and after that we have this check with the queen, luring the king in the corner. Now we can bring another piece, the bishop here, he can capture the knight, and we have this powerful and beautiful checkmate with the queen, and the bishop is helping. So both players calculate it, and this is a checkmate, and this is the danger where your king is not castled and it's in the center of the board. So we have some problems here with the king, and after this he played here, we have this one, and now the game is almost over. He played this one in order to attack the bishop, he played this in order to attack the queen, and now actually he cannot go away with the queen because we have a similar checkmate idea, and we can do it with knight f5, attacking the king with the bishop. He can take here with a knight, but we have this powerful check, and this is a checkmate. Or he can go on e2, but there we have another beautiful checkmate with a queen on d3 this time. So white decided to sacrifice the queen actually, but he don't have anything. Here we have this powerful move, attacking the knight. He played this one here, threatening a lot of things like there on e3. It will be deadly. He played this one, and the game is almost over. He played this, he just exchanged some pieces, and we have another interesting moment, and the interesting moment is here when he sacrificed back some material in order to paralyze all of white pieces. He captures, he have this check, another check, and now this check, and he captured here on c5, and he's completely paralyzed, and this pawn is under attack actually, so he cannot do anything at all. I hope you enjoyed that video, and let's see again very fast the key moments. And the key moments is here, the first moment, e6, when he tries to open up the position with this move e6, and the other key moment is when he sacrificed here the rook, very typical. He sacrificed the exchange actually in order to attack. He didn't found this beautiful move bishop c2, you know it for now, but he found this amazing move knight takes d4. Thanks for your time, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Here it's time for action. This is the initial page of my website, and here you can click give me access to get access to free lessons. You can read this page, and if you scroll down, here you can add your name and your email. After that, you're going to take a free lesson how to avoid chess blunders. So, time for action is now, and you're very welcome to join my mail list.